And welcome to OmniBros Live. I am OmniDog with my fabulous co-host, Gio from A Week in Geekdom. How's it going, Gio?
Doing pretty well. Woke up a few hours ago, so I'm rested and excited to talk about whatever geeky topic we're going to talk about today.
Well, since it's just you and me, we set the agenda
Oh, yeah, for sure.
because we got here first.
Yeah.
So let's see. Sunday is coffee and news. So let's see. Do we usually Gabe is our there's Gabe right there. Let me bring him into the chat. One sec.
Shit.
You sure that's the first words you want to have go out on the air? What?
Butt fucker.
Oh, that's great.
Is that better?
Thank you. Very little.
What up, everybody? Good morning. Sunday morning. Let's do this.
That's Gabe, everybody. Extreme Gabe. Gabe loves 90s comics.
Jess looks like a Colombian drug dealer with that hat.
Thank you. That's Chris M says Jess looks like he's heading out to Santa Anita. Yeah.
Gonna have some of that mint julep over at the track.
That was actually one that might have been my last drink was a mint julep. No, it could have been my last drink. I'm having trouble. I remember that weekend. I quit on a Tuesday. That weekend was a bunch of mint juleps, but I can't remember the exact last drink I had. But mint juleps was in the mix.
Sounds disgusting.
It sounds disgusting now, I'll tell you that. So before we get going, let's talk about our fabulous sponsor, InStockTrades.com. And Gabe, you can't play the game because you're too good at it. Of identifying the theme song. Yeah, you're too good at it. So where am I? InStockTrades.com. Sorry, I've slipped into a coma there for a second. InStockTrades.com. Here's Comics Guide 101.
Nice. And that's how Luis got AIDS. Oh, hey, what's up, Luis?
It was a rough night in Cambodia, so we don't need to talk about that, Gabe.
Nice. I think Cambodia is also where Jess got that hat.
Oh.
Cambodia? Man, this is a styling chapeau, man. This thing rocks.
The Banana Republic.
Did you go to Little Cuba to get that hat, Jess?
See. I got it with a free Cuban sandwich. A free Cubano. And this and a cigar. Can you see? Oh, I need a cigar, man. That would totally complete the outfit.
That would complete the outfit. You need the cigar on there.
Yeah, absolutely. Some racetrack stubs, the daily racetrack paper.
You look like a bookie. That's true.
Totally. InStockTrades.com, where you can get your complete collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. Right now, they are having a sale with the code WEEKEND, where you get 3% off. It does not stack with the loyalty discount, but you get 3% off if you use the code WEEKEND. And if you order $50 or more in comic books, God, I love comic books. Comic books. If you order $50 or more worth of comic books in the United States, you get free shipping. That's amazing. What also is amazing is the way they ship them to you, because they're practically bomb-proof packaging. Also amazing, their customer service. Talking about Emily, she's awesome. So there you go. IST, that's InStockTrades.com. Okay, chat. What was it?
Somebody in the chat's going to get it.
Somebody in the chat has to get it. And don't try and Shazam that or something. That's ridiculous. My versions aren't good. Thank you, X Lord Locust X. Good morning to Duck Collector. Price is right. Come on down. Kent, Duck Collector, Kent Miller, and Lionheart all got it right at the same time. Very good. L. Denver, you're a little bit late. Come on, L. Denver. You're better than that. But way good. Good guy. Good guys. Good guys. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that.
Keep an eye on an announcement pretty soon, sooner or later. Also,
from the OmniBros.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I sure do.
Whoops, we forgot.
Oops, we forgot.
Again and again.
Yeah. This is the. Yeah, Natalie Cole had the unforgettable song, Unforgettable. We've got the song Forgettable. That's what we are. We are forgettable. We are not stars.
That's almost as depressing as everything you're going to see in the Joker movie.
Oh boy. So yeah, we're going to have some spoiler-free Joker talk.
Which was amazing.
Are we going to do spoiler-free?
Yeah.
Well, it can't be spoiler full. I haven't seen it yet.
Well,
yeah, I haven't seen it.
So I shouldn't tell people about Superman showing up in it?
Superman. Thanks a lot, man.
It was cool when Condiment King showed up in the end. I really dug that.
Condiment King. Calendar Man.
I can't believe DC pulled off having Silver Surfer show up in that movie.
Silver Surfer. Let's see. We talked about IST, our fabulous friends there. So I did see that Joker set a record that broke Venom's record for an October opening.
But
I
it's
thought you were going to say it broke the record for being the most divisive comic book movie ever.
But it's the most dangerous film this year, Jess. People were hurt this weekend. Babies were crying, and milk was spilled all over the place.
Milk was spilled. I walked by a theater and I spilled my milk because of that flick.
Oh my God.
Who drinks milk outside? Ew. Like, who drinks milk at all?
I don't even drink milk anymore, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
5.
Yeah. Well, let's. So it's already setting box office records. So it looks like it's going to set a big box office weekend record.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good.
And it should.
Yeah, you two have raved about it. Gabe said it was just fantastic. You also said it was fantastic.
A lot of people didn't like it. I understand.
Wait, no, really?
Oh, dude, have you stepped into the Omniplex?
No, I never do. I don't like that place, man.
There's a reason you don't like that place.
I don't like that place.
I'm about to leave the Omniplex, to be honest with you.
No, that place is like the Twitter of the Omnibus group, man. It's just
it really is.
Wow.
It's a bunch of flipping loudmouths that just spew their hatred. I don't dig it.
It really is getting to that point. Like my issue is more.
Take the Omniplex and then multiply that across the rest of the world. Like,
yeah,
it's a lot of not a lot of hate, but there is a lot of like I said, it's very divisive. Like, it's either you love it or you want to set that movie on fire. Like, it's really a dividing rod for everything in the community.
And it's cool if you didn't like it. That's your opinion. That's fine. What really ticks me off, and like Jess says, frost my cookies.
Is that a bad thing? I thought frosted cookies was a good thing.
No, it's bad if something frosts your cookies.
Frosted cookies are delicious, though.
Exactly.
I know, but if it's done in this context, it's bad.
All right.
That's like saying, "Oh man, that's like washing my car. My car got washed. That's the worst thing ever."
Go with it.
What really ticks me off?
You know what really washes my car? Babies in the movie theater.
True.
Are the ones that they're like, oh, I haven't seen the movie, but I hate it already. It's, how the hell can you form an opinion on something you haven't even seen or hate? That is the dumbest thing in the world to me. I'm sorry. Like,
those people are stupid.
Well, those are the type of people who can't form their own opinion and they have to glom off of somebody else's.
Yeah.
And we know a few of those where I'm just like, that is so, like, okay, if you didn't like it, if you went in, you didn't like it, wasn't for you. Okay, cool. I get that. But if you're one of the ones that are like, this is such a dangerous film, you shouldn't watch it. Oh my God. and you haven't even seen the fucking thing, it's so dumb.
Are there people like that in the
You would
Omniplex?
you would be very surprised.
You would be surprised, yeah.
Wow.
And
But it
I'm a
was weird.
mod there, so
Yeah, I know you are.
Yeah, Gio needs to start flexing some mod muscle and whip out that mod cock and just do something.
And in all honesty, there was nothing in that movie that wasn't any more violent or graphic than anything that Quentin Tarantino hasn't done in the last few years.
Dude, I told you earlier that at my theater they showed a Call of Duty trailer right before the movie started.
Right.
Like, yeah, everyone's talking about the possibility of gun violence because of the extremely horrible thing that happened in Aurora for Dark Knight. But in the movie, this isn't a spoiler unless you're really weird about it. There's probably less than 20 bullets shot in that entire movie. If you want to think about gun violence, there's like less than 20 shots fired. But before the movie started, they showed a Call of Duty trailer where this guy has a semi-automatic weapon that probably fires 50 shots a second, and we're just blasting away on stuff. So I don't know. You give and you take. You place your blame somewhere else, or you rationalize your violence for military versus your violence of real world violence that is really deeply disturbing. It is disturbing, the violence in the movie, because it's very real, but it's very minimal. Like I said, it's less than 20 shots fired. The guy has a 6-shooter and he shoots it like twice. And one of those bullets went into a wall just because he was fucking around. Spoilers.
Is Call of Duty an online game? Was it an online game?
Yeah, it's a very, very, nowadays, because of video, extremely realistic military shooting game.
I need a good single player
Story.
first person shooter.
Joker is the product of the media prying on people's fears and misunderstanding. It really is. It really is.
Right, real fast. I like how I'm talking about how violent and crazy Call of Duty is, and Jesse's like, should I play that? Like, is that online? Like, can I play that in single player? Wow.
Well, I haven't seen Joker, but I have played Call of Duty before.
50 shots a second. I'm going to play that game.
It does sound good.
Care package coming. Hell yeah. 50 kill streak. Yeah. Call of Duty has a 50 kill streak reward, but in the Joker, there's like a 3 kill streak at the most.
Yeah. I mean, the film's uncomfortable. Don't get me wrong. I was tense the whole way through.
Yeah.
It's really a product of the media advertising. Oh, there could be shootings in theaters, and there could be this and that and all this other stuff. It's people were making this out, and in fact, Lord forbid, I said this the other night, if something were to happen, it's not the direct result of the movie, it's the direct result, I think, of a lot of different things, namely probably the media for making this a thing, saying, oh, this could happen in theaters and people should be really careful.
I think it's interesting how the media has sparked that concern. Like, even my wife texted me, she was like, the news said there might be shootings at the theater, and I was like, don't be crazy, leave that alone. We're still going to go to the movie. Leave that alone. But it also, what I think is odd is this movie is very much based on the idea of mental illness, and it's interesting how mental illness is the spotlight of the film, and mental illness is what would cause like a mass shooting in a movie theater. So it's kind of odd how that actually connects together. But yeah, my theater did have policemen walking around. So they took those, not threats, but that potential out there.
Here's a good question about it. Now that you guys have seen it, is there any correlation between the film and the comics after all the talk?
Very little.
Very little. Okay.
There is a lot of it's the Joker. It is definitely the Joker. It's set in Gotham. There is some talks of they do mention names like the Waynes and things like that. I don't want to get too much into it, but it is part of a comic book movie universe or something, I guess, or maybe they're trying to start their own with it or something like that. But with the comics, they took a lot from everywhere. They took Killing Joke stuff, like with him being a comedian. But yeah, so there's a little bit of correlation between the comics, but not a lot. Like you can't watch this movie. Oh, that's exactly out of this. So is Luis making breakfast? Is he gonna make me something?
Luis, what are you making? Can you make some for all of us?
I heard the microwave. You must be making some tea.
Well, I was going to fire up the grill, but it started kind of drizzling out here. So I'm just making some burgers here.
It's Florida. Isn't it always kind of drizzling?
Yeah, it is. But I just don't feel like getting in the rain today.
Well,
so like
a couple burgers.
Send me a burger through my internet line. Isn't that how it works?
Yeah, I'll send it to you that way.
TCP over IP burgers. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's clickbait. A lot of this shit is clickbait. At bottom line, everybody wants you to click on their articles and their think pieces, because that's the society we live in today. Because controversy and clickbait generates revenue. So
yeah, that sells.
But the movie is not a superhero film. There's no capes, there's no cows, there's no comic booky violence or fighting or even humor. Like if you're going into this movie and you're gonna bring your kid thinking that this is gonna be Joker from like the animated series, or there's gonna be like a giant typepwriter or like chattering teeth or a bang gun or anything like that, or like he's gonna shoot acid out of his flower on his lapel. How cute. It's nothing like that.
You are gonna fuck your kid up.
Yeah, that is, dude. I've known people who want to take their kids to this. I'm like, you're nuts. You're out of your mind. And I've heard stories of people walking out with their kids. Some people who went to see the movie said this guy walked out because his kid was in. I was like, yeah. After a while, you start realizing this isn't for an 8-year-old. Yeah. So it's not your typical superhero movie. It's not chattering teeth and bang guns. It is about as realistic as you can get with the idea of how not a villain, but how this villain gets created.
Yeah.
It's like when I remember when Passion of the Christ came out and people brought their kids to go see it. I was working in a movie theater at the time. And I'm like, man, you're in for a world of hurt if you're going to take your kid to go see Passion of the Christ. If you thought that this Jesus movie is going to be just Jesus petting lambs and parting the Red Sea or whatever, that was whoever did that. But no, it's really just, it's kind of a,
it's a snuff.
Kind of a, I was going to say, it's a sex torture film. The guy's getting whipped through the entire movie.
And if you get offended by that, you can shoot me an email like hardcoverreviews@gmail.com. It's a snuff film. It's the
snuff film. It's torture porn. It's one of the first Saw movies.
Tim Peterson, yeah, this is spoiler free, and we're almost done with it. It's
we can do spoilers. You want to do spoilers? Later?
No, I really don't because I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet.
You guys need to just let's end this stream now and go see it.
Jess, are you sure you want to see it? It's dangerous.
If it makes me spill my milk, then no.
Yeah. Can I get some milk at the movie theater?
I'm pretty sure you probably could.
You know what goes really good with this old popcorn? Some milk.
I'm still on my clear liquid diet. I can't have anything fun.
Clear liquid.
Mel Gibson needs to be in the MCU. Who could he play? Hey, Mel Gibson is a damn good director. Okay, say what you will about that stuff that he said a few years ago, which was terrible. He's still a really good director.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the film. Let's talk about that. We've just been going around in circles talking nonsense.
No, we've been talking about the film. I think you guys have given a good idea about. You've given a good idea about the realistic portrayal of it and mental illness and about what to expect when you go see it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the type of person who you don't like to look at yourself and realize that sometimes you treat people badly, then you're going to be offended by this movie, because this movie is all about a person being treated badly and bullied into submission, and that submission turns into him becoming the Joker. Joaquin Phoenix is in every single scene of this film. I believe so. It might have been maybe one scene where he was in it, but I think it's a very small film. You feel very claustrophobic in the film. It's every scene is Joaquin Phoenix, and he kills it every single time. Every scene, he carries the weight. The burden of this film is on him, and it is successful because of him. I don't want to keep talking Oscar nominations, start throwing that idea around, but this is going to be that film that's going to have a lot of Oscar buzz, I think. And one way or the other, it's going to piss people off, whether he wins or he loses or even him being nominated, because of how divisive this film is.
Oh, I can't wait for Oscar season. He gets a nom. Oh my God, the think pieces that are going to come out about people glorifying violence that they probably already got written up. It's going to be insane.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't even tell it's Joaquin Phoenix on screen. It's a completely different person when you watch it. The guy's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah, from the very beginning, it's you get lost in it. Like that is no longer Joaquin Phoenix. He's that character, and it's I think Gabe should also. He was ill before the movie even begins. Like they established that. Like he's been pretty messed up for a while.
In what way?
We can't give it away without spoiling.
Oh, okay.
He suffers from like maybe multiple mental illnesses.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
He's I mean, this is all stuff probably from the trailer, but he's stuck in a very bad relationship, and I mean that by he still lives with his mother, and his mother has continued to just destroy his mind, and his entire life has been a big delusion because of his mother.
Okay.
So there's a lot of that involved with it too. Like, oh man, it's a movie we could talk about forever. You could really unpack this movie for a very long time.
How long is it?
It's 2 hours. 2 hours.
2 hours? Uh-huh.
Yeah. And it flies by. You don't feel it.
Good. Okay.
It is the best, my favorite representation of the Joker we've ever seen.
For me, I think it's the most comic accurate.
Like current, like comic accurate. If you're talking, 1980s and modern comics.
Yeah.
Like I would say Jack Nicholson's a very perfect spot on representation of like Silver Age Joker or Golden Age Joker, and the wacky, silly, funny, the gangster Joker. But this is your modern day Joker for sure. Nobody should hate this movie. No one's allowed to hate this movie unless you're Jared Leto. he must really just be hating all the glory that this film is getting.
Yeah, he was not given anything good to act in. He was not written very much of a good.
On that movie for 4 minutes,
and it was 4 awful minutes.
Well, they cut a lot of his stuff out.
Yeah, he was pretty pissed off about it too.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he was originally the bad guy for the Suicide Squad movie, but they took all that stuff out and they just kept 4 minutes in, and that's it.
Oh, wow.
Which is why I say, I want to give him another shot, because 4 minutes, anybody can do a crappy 4 minutes with the wrong director. So
yeah, I can do that.
So like Zazie Beetz, the woman who plays Dominoes in this movie, she does a great job.
I love her name.
Robert De Niro just plays this. It's probably like the most unusual character I've ever seen Robert De Niro play. Yeah, he plays a Johnny Carson type late night talk show host.
Toast is ready.
Go get it.
I don't know the actor's name, but the guy who plays Thomas Wayne is fantastic in it too. I know he's been in other films. It's just all around. There's not a single thing about this movie that I can complain about that isn't spoilery. I have one big gripe with the film, but I can't say anything about it.
Okay.
Me and Luis talked about it.
Well, in another couple weeks, when we've all seen it, we can go full spoiler show.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever review Far From Home?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Did we?
I don't know.
I don't think we did.
No, I don't think we did.
I don't think we did either, now that I think about it. It was good.
But coincidentally, I have the 4K right here. So
Nice.
And I have the action figure right
yeah. All right, Nine Monkey.
Night Monkey.
Night Monkey.
Yeah. I didn't like the teen humor thing, but everything else about it I liked.
I loved Zendaya.
No, she's great. It's just some of the jokes for me, like I'm like, okay, move it along. Let's do other things instead of like the silly comedy. I don't know.
I thought
Yeah.
Homecoming was better.
You
Homecoming?
what?
I thought Homecoming was better.
Oh, okay.
I liked Homecoming a little bit more.
I did
just
too.
being honest.
Yeah, Far From Home was fun, but Homecoming's still my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Plus,
The Collector, Robert De Niro's in the film for probably about a good, like, I don't know, 7-8 minutes. He doesn't play a big, like, he plays a big part in the movie, but he doesn't have a big role.
Yeah, you get the most out of him towards the end.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a good question.
Not that end part though, Luis, the one that we were talking about, Robert De Niro. That just was right out of Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, yeah.
I swear it was.
I was tense throughout that whole part.
Yeah.
Here's a viewer from Poland. Hello, Poland. Greeting from Poland. Do you have any thoughts on House of X, Power of 10? I think everybody thinks it's like the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I haven't kept up with it. But I know Gabe and Lou have. Have you, Gio, kept up with it?
Nope, I haven't read it.
No, I read the first 3 issues of each and then decided to wait until the hardcover, but these guys have kept up with it.
1 issue left, and it has been a delight. Every single issue has been delightful and amazing, and it's really. I haven't liked X-Men in a long time. X-Men's been one of my favorite comics. When I first started reading comics, I fell off it because X-Men got really just bad. Honestly, X-Men's been bad for probably about 10 plus years, and it is now regenerated my love for the Mighty Mutants. So everything about it's great. 1 issue left. I can't wait to see what happens. The next issue, when I say it's a red issue, I don't know if anybody really knows what I mean by that, but by the flow chart that Hickman puts out, the red issues are always the crazy reveal issues. So I can't wait to see what happens. New York Comic Con, they did a Dawn of X panel where they talked a lot about what's coming out next with the X-Men books, Marauders, New Mutants, X-Force, all the new titles. They kind of gave a quick synopsis of what this is about, and they got me back. I might have to start reading goddamn every X-Men comic in singles again. Which is fine. I'll read it and just, I get to read comics for free. So
that's how it starts, man. He made Gold Balls awesome. Which, I mean, he was already awesome before, but he made him more awesome now.
Yeah. And this is going to be like in 5 years, when you get that same fucking question every other week, every day, where it's like, what's a good jumping on point for X-Men? It's always going to be back at Hickman, I think. I think everything's going to fall back at this time period.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, wait, we got a compliment. Let me put this up. Finally managed to catch you guys live. Thank you for a wonderful show. I really do appreciate all the time and devotion you guys give to all us comic book guys. Devotion you give to all us comic book guys. Thanks again, Gary Pennock.
Thank you, Gary. That was
Gary,
nice.
thank you, buddy.
Thanks, Gary.
We appreciate that. And also before that, let's see. Ed Arsh Tandon says, "How's your charity going?" So we haven't even talked about it, but I do have here the 2 variants for the coloring books that we got for the highest donors, and these we've got some very famous talents. Let me light myself up here. We've got some very famous talents in these coloring books. This is the normal cover, and this is the variant cover. And Stan Sakai is in it.
Wow.
Mike Waringo is in it. Other famous artists are in these. And these go to the top donators. And they've got something even more special that they will donate if we decide we're going to go for a $1,000 stretch goal. We hadn't talked about that, so we need to talk about that. But we hit not only did we hit our $500 goal, but we hit our $700 stretch mark goal. So our $500 goal is that Lou and I dress up as in cosplay and review books we have a strong distaste for. Gabe will be reading Berserk. He doesn't like manga, so he has to read and review Berserk. And Gio has a heart of black granite and doesn't cry at anything, so he has to watch and review Pixar's most wonderful film ever, Inside Out.
Yuck.
Right. See, he's already saying yuck. What kind of guy says that? Good heavens. So, and then the $700 stretch mark goal was that we would have an old time radio hour where we'll have a camera that's fixed on Batman Damned, and we will all take a character and we will read it out loud just like they did back in the 40s, and we'll read Batman Damned to you, the OmniBros old time radio network. And apparently it apparently was appealing enough so that we hit the stretch mark goal. So we hit $700. We're over $700. So I mean, thank you guys, everyone who donated. I mean, that's a lot of money for us. That's like twice what we got last year.
And we're not even done yet. Yeah,
it's not done. And when we announced the 700 thing, it got what, in less than a day we filled that mark.
That's incredible.
That's awesome. I can't wait to do that radio play. That's going to be hilarious.
What I think we could do for the radio play, does anybody have or is willing to buy Batman Damned, like a digital copy?
A digital copy? Would that be easier to screen share, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll throw...
Yeah, we can
one of us... Yeah, one of us can throw ourselves on that sword.
Yep.
I am not following Harleen Saraval. I'm waiting for it to come out in hardcover. This says Gio should watch Titanic for the $1,000 goal.
Oh my god.
That's not. I should watch Titanic because I've never seen it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I'm the one that's never seen it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it. I hate the idea of that movie. I don't ever want to see it.
Wait, where is this coming from? Wow.
Yeah,
I never knew you hated Titanic.
I do. I'm one of those people that
was it because you were on the Titanic?
Bitch, he set it up so good too.
Hook, line, and stinker. Wow.
Oh, damn. I didn't even see that shit coming.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm one of those people that Luis was just ranting and raving about. Hasn't seen the movie and already has an opinion on it. But there was so much hype and everything, and it got spoiled for me. I know the ship sinks, and I've seen enough about it, and it just seems like a dumb, stupid, lame romance that just, I don't know. It just really gripes my cookies to think that if you want that to be the stretch mark goal for 1,000, that I have to watch and review that, I'll do that.
Oh man. I think for $1,000, I will read. I will do a radio play manga in the bubble bath.
Oh wow!
And I'll watch Titanic.
So just so everybody's aware, in our description is the link to our Facebook fundraiser that we're talking about. So if you haven't had the chance, or if you want to donate now, or whenever you do get the chance, or if you want to just kind of pass it around, you want to share that link. Pass it around like a blonde at a kegger to help us kind of get these get to this other stretch goal. Go ahead and do that. Every little bit helps. If you can't donate, okay. We've all been there. Living paycheck to paycheck is a real thing, but you can help a lot by sharing that around and kind of supporting our story and passing that around.
Well, what did you say you do in the bubble bath?
I don't know, like a radio. I'll read manga in the bubble bath.
A reenactment?
Well, it'll have to be short manga. No one's going to want to watch. First of all, no one's going to want to watch you in the bubble bath. But
That's
second
a
of all,
lie.
You never know.
you think so? Huh?
Yeah.
You never know, man.
But should it be like a chapter of manga, or you think you're going to read a whole manga?
I'm gonna read all of One Piece.
What is that? 80 chapters, 80 books.
92 volumes.
Okay,
92
we
volumes.
can work on the specifics.
Yeah.
But let's after this, we'll work on our stretch mark goal for $1,000.
$1,000. I do a live commentary of Captain Marvel.
No, that's not painful for you.
Speaking of stretch mark
That's
goals,
not painful for me.
You you already hate it.
I know. That's why it would be painful. I don't
Oh,
wanna
you mean you're gonna watch it again and
talk about it? Yeah.
oh.
we can always do
Get
we can always do
get
one
the
of those.
4K.
I'll be goddamn. I ain't getting the 4K. I'll rent it.
I'm gonna,
Well, maybe we'll make you buy it. That's more
Yeah.
painful.
No.
Exactly.
they're torrented.
Lou should have to spend a day with Chris Ware and Kelly Sue. I'm just gonna go to a con and pull up a chair next to Kelly Sue. Or
We should make you torrent it, but not behind the firewall.
I bet Kelly Sue's very nice in person. I don't know about
Yeah.
Chris Ware. Chris Ware looks like he's lived the life of his characters.
I'm sure she is nice. If you haven't, never mind. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
Don't get us pulled from YouTube.
I'm gonna shut
Yeah.
up.
Chris Ware looks like Beavis from Beavis and Butthead.
He does. He really does.
Yeah, he does. Okay, good. We'll work on and Comic Books for Kids has an extra super special, like only one has been made coloring book by these famous artists that will be for the $1,000 stretch mark goal. So we'll work on that after this. God, wouldn't that be amazing if we could get 1,000 Boneros?
Highlighter, I do use a loofah.
You do use a loofah.
Yeah.
Highlighter said that you did.
I've been used. Yeah, if you're not using a loofah, you're missing out on life. Like
Right.
who still washes with the soap on their hand
Washcloth.
or a washcloth? Yeah, that's when you go to somebody's house and you take a shower. You go, why is there pubes on their soap?
Oh God, how do we
Oh.
have a sponsor still?
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Body wash. Man, I don't. Who still uses bar soap to like wash themselves in the shower? Jess.
Yes.
A lot of people.
Yes, I do.
Really? You do, Gio? You use a bar of soap still?
a bar of soap. You're talking about like it's like a horseless carriage or something. It's,
Yeah.
It is. Yeah,
It's a bar of soap.
It's like having like a dial phone.
Did you ever have a dial phone?
Yeah, I had a dial phone,
Mm-hmm.
Have
and
you
I use dial soap.
Have you ever seen these YouTube things? I can't tell if they're real or not, where they take these, 14-year-old kids and they hand them a dial phone and they say, okay, make a call. And they don't even know to pick up the receiver to make the dial call.
Yeah.
They
that's funny.
don't even know how to do that.
Or I've seen it when they give them like a Walkman
Oh, yeah.
and see how to try and play a song, and how to figure that out.
I can see how that'd be a little tricky, but to me, picking up the receiver and dialing seems a lot more intuitive. I don't know. All right, good. We've got a good thing to talk about after this $1,000 goal.
I'd be like trying to tell somebody, hey, how about you go into a business and ask for a job application that you have to fill out in front of somebody.
I think they still have those.
That's
You
not
mean
real.
instead of online?
Yeah, everything's online. Everything's a personality test.
I actually have a rotary phone in my basement.
Well, you also have a 50s diner down there too.
Well, yeah, it's part of the 50s diner. Part of the diner. You'd rather have chemical castration? Really, Lou? Boy, take it easy.
Then read Chris Ware's new book. Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of the same thing.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Huh. Wow, that's radical. Okay, so where are we going next? Do we have any other news besides the Joker? Was there any other news? What?
I mean, we had a bunch of announcements.
Yeah,
during
Gio put a
Comic-Con.
ton of stuff in the chat. Shout
Oh,
out
okay,
to Gio.
good. Let's go, buddy.
Yeah. The first thing was the new DC Comics timeline that everybody was talking about online. Dan Didio told Comic-Con crowds that they're trying to organize his sense of when the DC stories took place and how they all fit together. So they put out this huge timeline and they reworked everything and basically separated things into 4 big ages of comics, as they call it. And I have the paragraph here. The audience was then briefly shown a detailed timeline of the entire DC continuity, split into 4 distinct eras. Dawn of the Heroic Age, which Didio explained begins with the arrival of Wonder Woman in man's world before the Second World War. The Space Age, which begins with Superman's debut. The Age of Crisis, which spans from 85 all up to 2011, which brings us to the current age, which is the Flashpoint age, which is, Flashpoint up to what we're doing right now. He said, we're starting to figure out how continuity works. Didio said about the process, noting that reboots and complicated retcons are what happens when things stop making sense. What do you guys think about that?
I
think it says a lot if you have to have a goddamn timeline made out like that. Well, how complicated and deranged the idea is to have a full-on timeline like that, and the idea that I don't think we need a timeline. I think I subscribe to the idea of I make up my own timelines or my own continuity.
I give him credit for trying. Do you have a picture of it that you can screen share?
It's super blurry and nothing.
Oh,
you can't really make out anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to release like a high-res version of it.
Okay.
But
and I think it's cool. It's fun to look at it, and it's fun to maybe like discuss it if we had like a good image of it and be able to kind of discuss the timelines and stuff like that. But yeah, like you said, it's this huge image that gets really shrunk down. It's really bad. So they have to put it out either like a poster or a higher res image of it online or something so that people can unpack it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I like the idea of graphs. Just me. I like the whole concept of ages and splitting everything up. I don't mind it. Just read what you want to read and just go from there. But I like the idea of having like an official timeline for all of it.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's cool. It's fine with me. I mean, it keeps him out of trouble, and just keep him, buying milkshakes and making graphs and let other people run the company. Yeah. Thank you, Taylor Brown. I would love to be their collected edition president. Do this, do that, print this, print that. No, don't print that. Don't print that 9 different formatted Justice League New 52 in 12 different formats except in one clear format. Why are you doing Watchmen for the 6,000th time? No, we don't need Sandman 80 different flavors. What's going on with you? Stop that. Slap you.
More Pharaoh Lad, goddammit.
Oh, and we have our first appearance right here of... Whoops, where'd he go?
Oh,
Chad OmniDog.
OmniDog.
I am filling out the online application right now, Taylor Brown. Chad OmniDog using my wedding day picture. That's very creepy.
Yeah. How the heck did he get it?
That's creepy, man.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. The only thing that makes me feel better is that I do a movie show with his wife every day, every Saturday. So I do have that sort of in my back pocket.
You laugh, man, but you are arguably the most popular member on the show. You're gonna be at like Walmart or something doing grocery shopping. Somebody's gonna run up with you with like a cutout of your face on their face and say, "I'm a huge fan."
That doesn't appeal to me. It's one thing for Chat OmniDog. It's another for somebody to come up with a picture of my face. Now, if it's Taylor Brown, Chat Jess, where were you during Batter Day yesterday? I was so disappointed when you didn't show up. Yeah, Chat OmniDog, where were you yesterday during Batter Days in the Batcave? We really felt badly that you weren't there.
Jess is the kind of person who will be able to cosplay as himself, kind of like how Breaking Bad did, where he would wear a mask of his face on his face, just to avoid the crowds of all of his worshipers.
Worshippers.
But with the DC continuity, you guys said it's going to keep them out of trouble. I think it might get them into more trouble because now, now they have it documented, and now they have to stick
with it.
Yeah, exactly. They have to now follow that and keep things in that timeline. It's the same with just continuity in general. Like continuity, it makes a good writer have to deal with terrible writers' bullshit. And that's the same if you make a timeline. You now have to make everything fall into place, and you have to make things piece together with this now documented timeline.
So you're saying they have to be sort of a slave to the timeline.
Yes, yes. Before it was ambiguous, and you could mess with it, and you could have like that accordion kind of timeline, and you could just make things happen. Oh, this happened here, or this might have happened there. But now it's it's on paper, quote unquote.
I have a piece of the timeline. Let's see if I can share it.
Why do people care so much about this? It really doesn't matter. Like it's comics.
It's fun.
That's what it is though. It's a comic thing. It's even with movies, when you get a movie that is a prequel or is subjective to other movies, it's fun to see where it lines up and how things kind of meet. Kind of like how Rogue One was. That's one of my the only good Star Wars movie to come out in 40 years. But that kind of stuff is fun.
I keep forgetting Star Wars.
Yeah.
Can you see the screen?
Yeah, I have it up.
That's not right. It's not terrible.
Yeah, this is the only thing I could find. This is I found this on Twitter. This is the 4th period with the Flashpoint stuff, and each colored row is for a different family or character. So I can't. I don't know how this the order is supposed to go, but I'm assuming it's left to right.
In our chat, in our OmniBros chat, I put a link up to Bleeding Cool's image of the full timeline.
Oh, okay.
Not the full timeline, but because it's massive, but it shows exactly what Gio is talking about here. But this is the Wildstorm stuff and the Flashpoint stuff. So this is all the stuff that I'm guessing is it's hard because of how many times they've had to reboot their universe. But yeah, this is the 4th generation, which is the current timeline, Rebirth, and with Metal and the new current Year of the Villain stuff.
Can you put that link in the chat?
It's in our chat.
Can you put it in the chat?
Oh, in the YouTube chat, I guess.
Yeah, the collector's asking for it. He's a good guy, so do it for him.
All right. Well, I have to go. I have other stuff that I need to take care of. But
what? You have to go? You just gave us the news. Are you going to tickle our ass with a feather and then just take off?
I have to go. I'm sorry, but I did post several news items, a couple more that you guys can talk about and cover. Really quick headlines.
What in our chat?
Yeah,
he did that this morning. A lot of good stuff.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll have. Okay, good. Well, thank you for showing up. Where can they find you?
You can find me at We Can Geek Them, talking about anime, comics, and everything else. We Can Geek Them here on YouTube. Right.
Right on, man. Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Gio.
Bye, Gio. Bye, Gio.
Bye, Gio. Okay, so what did he post in our chat then?
Okay, so it's the DC official timeline.
Okay.
We just talked about.
Yeah.
And then the new Thor announcement.
Oh, what's that?
I think we called this a few weeks ago, didn't we? We said this was probably going to happen.
Well, I know I said something about it because
Yeah.
Donnie Cates told me this a long, long time ago.
Oh,
But yeah, so Thor announcement. Donnie Cates is the new writer on Thor, taking over for Jason Aaron.
Ah, wow. Awesome.
mm-hmm. And at this rate, Donnie Cates is going to be writing half of everything at Marvel.
Yeah.
Well, he basically is. I mean, everything that he's done has been getting passed around. The Null stuff is showing up everywhere.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's everywhere.
What stuff is everywhere?
No, the symbiote god.
Oh. I haven't been. I'm waiting for the hardcover for that.
Yeah. So Donnie Cates is writing Thor. Nick Klein is going to be the new artist.
How do you feel about that? I'm not crazy on the redesign.
I'm not sure. Oh yeah, the new costume.
Mm-hmm. I don't hate it, but I'm not crazy about it.
I mean, it's only one image that we've seen of it so far. It looks. It's hard to see. It's a lot of. It's Olivia Coipel, so it looks beautiful, but it's hard to kind of see the details. I like it. I mean, it's not as cool as a codpiece Thor with the chain on his hammer. But...
Codpiece Thor, one of our early bets.
Oh god, I fucking hate Codpiece Thor. Oh, so dumb. I would rather read Codpiece Thor though than Batman Damned again.
Oh my god, I'd read Nightfall before I'd read Batman Damned again, and I mean all 12 volumes.
How dare you? How dare you?
We get $1,000. Jess reads Nightfall.
Ugh.
I don't think you would do it. I really don't think you would sit through all of it, Jess.
Well, that means I would have to buy it, and I don't really have room for. How many volumes is it? Like 4, 3 or 4?
It's 3 big old omnis.
That's a lot of reading.
That is a lot of reading.
A lot of awesome reading.
Didn't I already say what I would do? I already forget what I said I'd do.
Something about a bubble bath.
No, that's you.
Oh, okay. How about all of us in a bubble bath?
Together.
I wish.
Not a bad idea.
Adarsh, why do something you don't like? Because it's funnier and viewers would be the people that want to donate want to see us suffer. That's why. Nobody's going to be paying. Nobody's going to be paying us to read something we like.
It's also something different. We do a very good job of avoiding spending a lot of time criticizing negatively on things. Usually, if we don't like it, we don't talk about it. Mm-hmm. So this gives everybody a chance to hear us talk about something that we don't like.
Mm-hmm. It's true. Yeah, we're pretty optimistic on this show.
And with me, the whole manga thing, it also gives me a chance to do something different, to read something new, and so that's gonna be fun. But again, it's something that I'm gonna have a hard time dealing with because I still have issues reading it backwards. Backwards. I have to retrain my brain. I haven't really dedicated any time to that. So, and
with me, people would rather pay to see me dress up in cosplay than dress up normal. Because that's the way people are. They want to see something funny. And I am still scarred by the Dark Hawk experience from War of Kings. And they'd rather see me suffer reviewing Dark Hawk. And that's funny too. So
sure.
It's funny to me to see somebody dressed up as a girl reviewing Dark Hawk.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where these YouTube videos where people eat the hottest, spiciest hot sauce they could ever do.
Yeah,
that's interesting. I don't want to see somebody eat their favorite food.
Yeah,
see them eat something new or something that they're indifferent to, and see a new reaction.
Yeah.
I think I got the worst of it.
And like I like to watch a lot of skateboard videos where people break their legs. I don't want to see somebody land a trick perfectly. I want to see somebody break their kneecap.
That's a good point. Yeah, we like to see humiliation and suffering.
I still have to read that shit.
You have to read what?
I have to read all that shit for the bet. I have to sit down with that.
I still haven't read Batman Damned yet, even though I have 100 signed copies of it at the store.
Should have made it $1,000 for my bet.
It'll happen.
Oh, Ethan, you haven't read Aaron's Thor yet?
It's good, man.
Ethan, baby.
Here's the thing with that. I read like the beginning part of Aaron's Thor and I fell off of it for whatever reason. But I'm getting I got a connection where I'm gonna get all the oversized hardcovers. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I can't wait till they collect that all, because I stopped around a little bit toward in the middle of the female Thor stuff, which I was really enjoying. But that was also the time when Marvel, for whatever reason, couldn't go 5 issues without doing a new #1, and I was getting fucking annoyed, and I couldn't keep up with what was what, so I just gave up on it.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm getting those oversized hardcovers. I don't want the omnibus. That's gonna be too daunting, too big for me, I think. So the oversized hardcovers is a much easier package to deal with, and that sounds a lot dirtier than I meant it to be. Yeah, we should get a bubble bath sponsor.
Ooh,
I can use some free bubble bath or body wash. Body wash. Felix in the chat's excited about Donny Cates on Thor. That guy's killing it, man. That Absolute Carnage. We had Ryan Stegman in the store. What a treat! What a treat! Absolute Carnage is.
And Ryan Stegman's so good on it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's off Venom. He's gonna be doing a different book pretty soon.
Damn!
I think it's Venom related, but it's not Venom. It's actually Mark Bagley coming up on Venom pretty soon, so that's dope.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I could deal with that.
Man, I'm gonna just talk about Joker and House of X forever.
Hey, Chest isn't here. Let's spoil Joker.
All right, guys. So, there's a part in the Joker. All right, get ready for this. Where Batgirl gets shot in the back.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm lying. That doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't happen.
But Galactus does show up.
Yeah, that was crazy. Galactus.
Yeah, man, I can't believe it. Marvel and DC like settled on that. And that's the thing here too with the Joker back on that is everybody's kind of like claiming this as a DC movie. It's not a DC movie. This is nowhere a part of the DC Marvel or the DC movie universe at all. At all. There's no way that this Joker turns into Jared Leto Joker. There is no way that this mentally ill individual who gets bullied and taken off of his medication and has to defend himself by becoming the Joker becomes a meth head Joker.
Yeah. This Joker would probably kill that Joker without that Joker even realizing what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see this Joker being the one that takes on Batman. One of the things that I took from this movie is not just any kind of this movie doesn't make you feel it makes you feel sympathetic towards the Joker character in the beginning because of his mental illness and the government taking away all the funding for mental health, and he ends up not able to get his medication anymore. And that just kind of starts the snowball effect of him getting into this mindset where he's broken. But it also kind of gave me helped me realize and empathize with somebody who has this kind of mental illness story of their life, but also why Batman would never kill the Joker. Why he's never killed him yet. All the crazy, messed up things, all the people that Joker's killed, all the people in his family, in the Batman family that he's harmed and killed, Robin, Batgirl, Jim Gordon's wife. Spoilers for anybody who hasn't read Cataclysm yet or No Man's Land.
Mhm.
But I see why he would never kill him, because because Batman understands that killing this guy isn't going to solve anything. It's not going to bring anything back. This person needs help. He needs legitimate help where he can be in a safe mental hospital, not Arkham. You see a horrible aspect of Arkham in this movie. But he needs to be in a healthy environment that's safe, that has professionals, and where he's able to get his medication. So I get the idea of why Batman would never kill the Joker. It's not, quote unquote, his fault. It's just you start realizing that this person is mentally ill and not just a maniac who wants to kill.
Gabe, don't you dare sympathize with the Joker. That makes you a horrible person.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're a horrible person, Gabe.
You know who aren't horrible people, though? The people at InStockTrades.com. IST, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. There's currently a sale going on that adds 3% off. Does not stack with your loyalty discount. I believe you use the code WEEKEND on it. And there is the amazing deal that if you order $50 or more worth of books, you get free shipping in the United States, fabulous, amazing customer service, amazing, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. And we have an announcement coming up soon ourselves.
Oh, is the show over? I thought we were going to go for a lot longer. I thought this was going to be like a 5-hour episode.
We can do whatever you want. I just wanted to make sure we got the second plug in.
All right, let's keep talking spoilers on the Joker. So Darkseid.
No, we're not doing that.
Darkseid shows up finally.
Darkseid.
A booster gold. It really threw me off.
Yeah. Man, Adam Strange. I never expected Adam Strange to show up in this movie.
Adam Strange.
It was a cool cameo.
Now I just want to see how many obscure DC characters you can start pulling out.
It was a Arrowhead cameo. Shame Joker shot him in the head the minute he showed up.
I can't believe the cheetah was there.
Oh, Jess, you would lose it if Pharaoh Lad showed up there.
Pharaoh Lad.
He showed up as a cameo and they shot him right there.
They can't. He's made of iron. He can change his body into any kind of metal.
Oh my God.
It took the sun to devour him.
Have they done anything? They haven't done anything with him, right?
No, because he gave his life. He flew the thing into the sun, and he flew the thing into the sun, and it destroyed the Sun Eater, and that was it.
Speaking of people flying, wait till you see that Kite Man appearance in the movie.
That was cool. That was really cool. Kite Man.
I really want to just talk about that one thing I have a gripe against, but we can't do that here. God.
Is it the same thing that I had a gripe against?
I don't know.
Okay. I can't even really reference it, because if I reference it, people are gonna know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's just that one thing where I'm like, they totally could have just left that out. Totally could have. It felt to me, it felt very forced. The one thing I'm talking about, really, really forced.
Did it happen like right at the end of the movie?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, and it involved a mask, right?
Yeah.
I felt the same way you did. Could have been left out. Totally could have been left out. I didn't need to see it.
And that new Harley Quinn movie looks kind of whatever.
Yeah,
That's something we could talk about, how botched up that trailer is. I mean, there's hardly any birds of prey in that trailer. It's all Harley Quinn, to the point where you can't even discern any type of story, plot, thematic direction, or anything. It's just Harley this, Harley that. I get it. She's a star in the movie. Okay. But throw in some birds of prey, and why is Black Mask not have a mask on? And
is that who he's playing as?
I think so, yeah.
Because the name Black Mask would offend somebody, Jess. That's why.
African American mask would be better.
Yeah, right.
So
listen up, everybody. Jess
trailer.
is complaining about too much Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Well, I want to see this movie and I want it to be good, but the trailer made no sense whatsoever. It was just a bunch of Harley Quinn here and there and everywhere. And I mean, give me a beginning, middle, and end that I can follow in the trailer that leads me to think there's some kind of movie there.
Or I agree with you. There's no indication of who these other characters are. These Birds of Prey characters.
Yeah.
Like tell me who Cassandra Cain is. Tell me who else is Black Canary. Like who? Like they show them for a hot second, but they don't explain who they are in the trailer whatsoever.
Hot second is right. They're only just blink right there. So,
like why even call it Birds of Prey? If you wanted to make it a complete Harley Quinn movie, which is fine, then just call it Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, not Birds of Prey, but super special. She's really hot, ain't she? Emancipation of Harley Quinn and her hot body, or whatever the title is.
Here's a good question that actually has an answer to it. The Guardians, Jerry Duggan omnibus ended abruptly. Does it continue directly into the new Infinity Wars by Jerry Duggan, and will I have to wait for a new, very small Omni?
I agree. The Jerry Duggan Guardians omnibus, we did a review on it. Does end like in the middle of a story. It felt like that's a really shitty omnibus.
But whatever just came out,
the new Infinity War came out. Yeah,
it finishes it. But there's something that happens right in the middle, right?
In the middle of what?
In the middle between what just came out now and that omnibus, there's something that happens to bridge that.
I don't know.
Okay, wait. Let me go get it. I know right where it is. Let me 1 sec.
All right, so Justin's gone. We can talk more about Joker.
Yes, please.
So when Darkseid shows up and then the Green Lanterns start fighting, oh man,
that was cool.
That was great stuff.
That was really good. The Mr. Miracle appearance was really cool. It was nice that they threw Tom King in there too.
I can't believe they dug up the dead body of Bob Kane and stuffed him in the scene.
Oh my god. So what'd you give it? Seriously, what would you give it like out of 10 if you had to rate it?
Easily a 10. Easily. Yeah.
10.
It'd be unfair to give that anything less. I mean, that one gripe I have is 5 seconds long.
It's minuscule in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
Yeah. But I had the same gripe as you where I was watching it. My brother did too. Where we were all we watched it and we were like, do we really need this? Again?
Oh, Jess is back. Oh yeah. So anyways, hey everybody. We weren't talking Joker spoilers at all.
Before Infinity Wars, there's Infinity Countdown.
Oh, that's not an omnibus?
And is it in the omnibus?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
No, this is not in the first omnibus.
Huh. It's the final countdown.
Let me look up Infinity Wars so I'm not screwing somebody up because I haven't got it myself.
Wars.
What's that?
I thought you had Infinity Wars.
I don't have it yet. No, I ordered it, but don't have it yet.
Fake nerd.
Shut up.
Shelf collector.
We all know the backdrop is just a green screen. I'm looking forward to the Harley Quinn animated series, though.
I'm looking forward to that new Wolverine series that they announced.
Who's writing that? Was it Percy?
Yeah, Ben Percy and Adam Kubert.
Cool.
Doing the art.
Looks good.
It's funny when I Google like an omnibus and I see somebody doing a review on it. That's not one of us. I go, fuck that.
You automatically dislike it.
I just ignore it. Even worse, they don't get a view.
Okay, L. Denver is saying Countdown is in the Omni. Okay. So then I would think that if you get no, okay, wait, the new Infinity Wars, is that an omnibus? New Infinity Wars?
Yes, that just came out like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Infinity Wars omnibus.
You
Hang
look it up on
on.
Diamond. I'm gonna diamond it real quick.
Okay.
When you guys do that, I gotta get going. So
Wait, how do you do that? Why you guys do that? I'm gonna leave.
I gotta get going, man. I guess. All right, y'all have a good day. I will see you later. I may have a live stream later today because I didn't do the Friday one. So I love you guys. Comics Guide 101 is where you can find me on Twitter and on YouTube. Bye, everybody.
Okay, bye, Lou.
Later,
bye,
buddy.
Lou.
Bye.
Bye, Lou.
Where in the hell is it? What the hell is that omnibus called?
Which, the Infinity War omnibus?
Yeah.
It's called Infinity War Omnibus.
Oh, okay.
But wait a minute. This thing said it come. Okay, I'm getting all mixed up now. This thing came out in April, so I'm not looking at the right thing at all.
Oh, it's not an omnibus. It's a hardcover complete collection.
Okay.
But so it does have Infinity Countdown Prime, Infinity Countdown Adam Warlock, Infinity Countdown 1 through 5, Infinity Wars Prime, Infinity Wars 1 through 6, Infinity Wars Fallen Guardian, and Infinity. And stuff from Free Comic Book Day. Thanos Legacy #1.
Okay,
so have that in there.
But they left out Infinity Warps.
Because that's garbage.
Because that's garbage. Okay. Countdown isn't. And so now what is this thing called? Infinity Wars oversized hardcover?
I have it as Infinity Wars by Jerry Duggan hardcover complete collection.
Hardcover complete collection. Okay. You can't say we don't go the extra mile, man.
Fact checking ourselves.
That's right.
But yeah, so that's going to be that does tie directly in to the Jerry Duggan Guardians omnibus. Are you still
right.
there? Okay.
Yep.
You literally didn't move for like 5 seconds. I thought you froze. Oh, there you go again, man. It's got like zero internet.
Hi, Jess, Gabe. Do you guys prefer OHCs to omnibuses or otherwise? Is there any difference in the paper and construction quality between the two? I personally prefer OHCs to omnibuses because I think they're easier to read. That said, I just laid down the money for Batman Eternal, and that thing is gigantic. It's sitting next to Batman 66 Omnibus, which is gigantic. Paper quality is usually the same in both. Same construction quality is usually fine in omnibuses, but you can have some mistakes, especially the bigger the omnibus, the more they lean towards possible separation issues. I'm happy to buy omnibuses, but I prefer to buy oversized hardcovers. How about you, Gabe?
I feel the exact same way. Oversized hardcovers are easier to hold and read, like you were sitting in a chair or like in bed or on a couch to kind of read. With an omnibus, you can kind of do that. I've had a hard time doing it. My hand falls asleep.
Yeah.
Because you're constantly holding that weight and it doesn't really fit in your lap. So you kind of have to read it on some kind of surface, like a table, or you could get one of those like recipe holders. Those are recipe book holders. I know some people use those to kind of read their books.
Right.
But that's odd that I need to buy another contraption to read a book. Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if like with the Jason Aaron stuff, I'm getting those in the oversized hardcovers to avoid having to get the omnibus because
this is Thor.
The Thor stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, the God of Thunder leading into I was gonna call her Mary Jane Thor, but Jane Foster Thor.
Mary Jane Foster.
Yeah. And leading into, and then I'll get the what was it, War of Realms. I'll get that in oversized hardcover. So if I can get an oversized hardcover, I would prefer that over an omnibus. But if I miss out on getting the oversized hardcovers, and the only other option I have is the omnibus, yeah, I'll do it that way. Like with Hickman's Avengers, I had to get those in omnibus because I didn't have the oversized hardcovers for them.
Yeah, like Why the Last Man? I've got the oversized hardcovers.
Mm-hmm.
No way am I giving those up so I can have one omnibus that's 1,500 pages big. No,
I have the 3 absolutes, and that's as big as I want to go.
Yeah, Gabe loves absolutes. I
love
prefer OHCs to that, and we're perfectly happy not having the omnibuses.
It's just easier to hold in your hand. It's easier to read. It's just stuff like that. That's why also I'm kind of been going towards a lot more with the Epic collections too. Same reason, they're a little easier to kind of carry around and hold and read.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Okay, so I can actually get rid of my Infinity Countdown books because they are in this new hardcover that's just come out. Gotham, yeah, the paper quality is the exact same.
Yeah, the builds are the same. The paper quality for the most part's the same.
Yeah, they're both quality products, high quality products.
All an omnibus is like 3 oversized hardcovers, you know, stapled together. Like with Ultimate Spider-Man, I have the first omnibus, but the rest of it I have is the oversized hardcovers. If they did like a volume 2, 3, 4 omnibus of Ultimate Spider-Man, I would pass those. You can miss me with that shit. I'd rather just have the hardcovers. And I like the omnibus when they call it an omnibus, but it's a small omnibus. Those are great too.
Like Hawkeye?
Yeah, like Hawkeye or like Young Avengers or Superior Foes, or I'm trying to see what else I have. Like Uncanny X-Force is a good size omnibus. Like that's basically just a little bit bigger, oversized hardcover. I don't need 35 issue omnibus. Give me 2 or 3 12-issue oversized hardcovers instead.
Yeah, Ms. Marvel's a good size Omni.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Oh, well, thanks, Gotham.
Yeah, but once you start getting into like Jack Kirby, Fourth World, or
Black
Knight, that's when you're like, God damn it, what did I do to myself?
I got to sit on a easy chair that has a big flat armrest that I can rest it on.
Or like I have like they're basically like giant TV trays, that just kind of just I could just put it on there. But again, you have to use a contraption to make this work.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn and Gotham City Sirens. That's a good size omnibus. Teen Titans is a good size omnibus. The old school Teen Titans, the George Perez, Marv Wolfman stuff. But then you get like Jeff Johns' Teen Titans. And God damn it.
Yeah, those things are big.
Yeah. I have the Absolutes Superman Batman, so I'm not going to get that omnibus. I know the omnibus has more material, but I don't want that more material because I have the Absolutes, which I'm fine with.
Yeah. Now that's one thing I am going to get the Omni for that.
Yeah.
This is a good question because I think the answer is no because it just got clearanced. Let me put it up.
What's that?
You'd probably know this better than I would. Now that Annihilation Omnibus is being reprinted, can we expect Annihilation Conquest Omnibus to be reprinted soon as well?
I think we could expect it to happen, but not soon. These reprints seem to be happening a little bit more and more, which is a good thing, but they're happening like years and years and years later. Like they just announced an Amazing Adventures Omnibus. Like who fucking needs that? Who needs a reprint of that? God. I think it's going to be a while. Same with like Silver Surfer or Wolverine. Those took years to come out. years.
Yeah, and Annihilation Conquest just got clearanced. So
Yeah, I think you can still find that for cheap.
yeah.
It's not like whale status. I don't even think it's even cover price status.
Yeah.
All right, Q&A time. This is fun. I like this part.
Oh, here's a good one. What horror books are you both reading this month?
Berserk, because now I got to read that manga. I don't know if it's horror or not, but it's gonna be horror for me.
I am reading Nailbiter and a book called The Occultist, Omnibus.
So I've been talking to people more about mangas. I've been ordering a lot more mangas for the store. We've always had mangas in there for a while, but I had to do a big reorder. And I always ask people who are into it, like, what am I missing? What do I need to get for the store? And we were talking about Berserk. Apparently, it's been 20 years between volumes.
Yeah,
the last
Omar's
volume came out like 20 years ago.
Yeah, Omar's made a big deal out of this.
Jesus, that's nuts.
Yeah, that's why this is such a big deal. Yeah, that it's being continued now.
Yeah, it's weird how how that kind of happens. That's a weird thing to kind of be a part. Can you imagine? Like, 20 years later, we finally get X-Men Volume 4 Omnibus. Not to put that into the world. Sorry if I jinxed anybody. I know everybody knows that Volume 4. How about this? Do you have a question for the chat, maybe? Let's kind of turn this around for a little bit.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, Harrow County and Lock and Key are excellent October books.
Yeah, I hear good things about Nailbiter. That sounds really cool. It's about like
yeah, I'm reading it right now.
It's about
it's so good.
Where all the serial killers kind of come from.
Yeah, I'm reading it right now. It's excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's ask the chat. What books are you guys reading for October? What scary books are you guys reading? Chattelbees. What are you guys reading for October? Do you have October reads?
I don't. Maybe Long Halloween. That seems kind of basic, bitch. But yeah, Long Halloween I think would be a good one. I might read that this October.
I think this is a good week for me to see Grandma's Boy. Because I'm still recovering from being in the hospital, so I'm really not even allowed to drive because of the drugs in my system. So I have to stay home. So I might as well watch the movie.
Yeah, watch Grandma's Boy.
Not that has anything to do with Halloween. I'm just saying.
And then one of my favorite ones that's kind of like that is this movie called Sex Drive.
Sex Drive.
Sex Drive.
Uzumaki is good. I read Uzumaki.
Yeah, that's some of the stuff I ordered for the store. One of the guys I work with us is a big manga guy. He's kind of my sounding board.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, we got a bunch of the Uzumaki stuff. Tomy,
yeah, he's the right. Tomy is good.
Oh yeah,
Junji Ito's the writer. Yeah.
Yeah. Was another one Euro? Was it Euro? GYO, I think it was.
Geo, yeah. How do you pronounce that? Geo?
I don't know. Like EO, kind of like a not like a gyro, but a gyro.
Gyro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Euro. I don't know. I don't know much about horror. I mean, Lock and Key. Everyone's just
Lock and Key's great. Postal is great. Chat Omnidog, your wife reads comics too? You married way over your head, dude.
Is that Tyler Brown? Is he in here in two different?
No, that's ETL.
Oh, okay.
My missus just finished Nailbiter. Now she just started Postal, one of my all-time favorite comics. They are too scary for me. I don't think you'd find Postal too scary. It's not Nailbiter, probably, but Postal's more of a murder mystery than it is scary.
How about this for the chat? Nightmare Before Christmas. Is that a Christmas movie or is that a Halloween movie?
Good question.
And what is some good Halloween movies? Or is anybody doing like a 30-day like horror fest, or is there Halloween movies that you guys watch this time of the year? I like this movie called Halloween Tree. It's a really awesome cartoon. Jake in the chat says Goon, Nailbiter, and Crawl Space. Tyler Brown says it's a Halloween movie.
El Denver says both.
Yeah, that's a movie you can watch all year round. I'm trying to look at my collection to think of any like Halloween movies or comics. I don't know, Hellboy, BPRD, all that stuff might be. I kind of want to get rid of my Hellboy stuff.
Yeah, Chad Omnidog, I think you would like Postal. It's a very good murder mystery.
Cross would be like a good Halloween if you just want some weird like torture porn kind of stuff.
Torture porn. Crossed is, I don't know if there's a holiday specifically gory enough for Crossed.
Did you pick up that new Arkham Asylum? Absolute?
Absolute? No.
No. Are you?
No. I have the standard. It's fine.
Okay. I've never read that series or that series.
Oh gosh, that came out like back in 1989. I feel like
that movie, that book supplied Grant Morrison with so much drug money.
El Denver, did you read Coffin Hill? I have that and was thinking about reading it. Is that a good Halloween read?
El Denver with the salt reference for Crust, my man.
American Vampire and Harrow County, two good books, especially Harrow County. American Vampire is great too. Okay, Coffin Hill. Maybe I'll read that too. I should go pull that out so I don't forget. Chad Omnidog's reading Frankenstein, Agent of Shade, which is a great book.
That was the New 52 book, right?
Yeah.
That was a fun book. I mean, now that DC put out that timeline, you would think they might give some more love to the New 52 stuff and get some reprints or hardcovers out of that. I know we're getting a Batwoman hardcover or omnibus. God, I'd rather that be oversized hardcovers though. But that's because of the TV show that we're getting that Batwoman omnibus.
Taylor, I had 2 copies of Arkham Asylum, so I sent you my extra copy from my donation pile. I ended up with 2 copies of it.
I kind of want to do like a live watch on Facebook for the Facebook group where you can watch like a movie or something.
That'd be good. Oh yeah, Immortal Hulk. I ordered that. That'll be a good Halloween read.
That's fun. Especially, yeah, that's a very. I've only read the first trade paperback, which is like the first like 4 issues, I think. And yeah, that's a very Halloween spooky kind of book. Really good stuff. I need to get that hardcover sooner or later. Everybody's giving that Tommy some love in the chat. I might have to check that out.
Oh yeah, I read. That was the first manga I ever read. Was oh shoot, you just said it.
Tommy.
Not Tommy. Urasawa. Is it Urasawa? Shoot. What are the Ito books you ordered?
Gyro, Tomi, Uzumaki.
Uzumaki. That's the first one I read. Yeah, that was good.
I have a feeling that this manga read I have to do is going to destroy my life, and I'm going to start reading more manga.
I know. I just read Dissolving Classroom by Ito, and it was so disturbingly, disgustingly awesome. It almost made me throw up, and it was great.
Is that a good Halloween book?
Oh my gosh, yes. Dissolving Classroom I can recommend to everybody because it was like $4 on Amazon, and it was fantastic. Kristen and I both read it for our show, and it was unbelievably great. It really almost made me sick, and it was great.
Yeah, it's still $4 on Amazon.
Is it still $4?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They must have a ton of them.
What's the cover price on it?
I think $12.
Huh. I should order a bunch of those for the store.
At $4, yeah.
Yeah. $4, sell it at 12, yeah. Is it even on Diamond, I wonder? I mean, I could just get it through Amazon and the store could just pay me back, but yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna end up liking manga, and I'm gonna be like, God damn it.
Yeah, and then you're gonna end up with a closet full of manga like Riley.
Actually, it's on back order through Diamond.
What is?
Dissolving Classroom.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the only way you can get it then, is ordering 10 copies through Amazon.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. Yeah, that's how it works. Buy it at $4, sell it at 12. That's called business.
What do you think of the upcoming Crisis on Infinite Earths box set? Do you have an opinion?
I don't know, because I'm not exactly sure what's in it to really kind of criticize it or anything like that, but that stuff's already readily available, isn't it?
In some form, I feel like.
Yeah, like Crisis. You have Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's an oversized hardcover, and then there's like, is it 2 or 3 companions?
Yeah.
So I don't know what else is in there that's not already out.
It must be every tie-in ever that was, like Blue Beetle 32 or something.
Yeah.
I know what I'm going to say is going to be heresy, and everybody's going to throw stones at me. But I was not the biggest fan of Crisis on Infinite Earths. I was collecting it in singles back when it came out. And I just thought it was a giant mess.
It's a hard read. I mean, if you're I'll say this, if you're like in your late 40s, early 50s, you might enjoy getting that box set, because that's probably what you grew up with, and that might have been some of your first DC jumping on points. I don't think it's for my generation or anybody younger than me. It's a hard read to say. I said it before. Omar had his new reader, old reader, where he had the girls read Crisis of Infinite Earths. I didn't see that video, so I don't know what they thought about it, but I thought that was really messed up to give newer readers such a dense, impossible read.
I agree with that.
You need a DC Comics PhD to kind of understand everything in there. Nowadays, I mean, you have Wikipedia and you can probably do a lot of research, but that's not, it shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't have to do a term paper on this stuff.
Yeah, at this point, it's hard. Back then in 85 or 84, whenever it came out, 85, I want to say, I was well versed in all the Earths that DC had. And so it wasn't that hard for me to understand. I just didn't think it was that well put together. But I understood all the different Earths that it represented and everything, and what it was going for. But I can't imagine tackling that now, all those extra Earths. That must just, I mean, just like you said, that must just seem like incredibly hard homework. So I don't know that I could recommend the box set to anybody.
Yeah, unless you're a huge big time fan and you grew up with it and you love it and that's your absolute favorite kind of storyline, that's the kind of person that should get the box set. If you've never read it before, just get the trade paperback and just try to make it through those 12 issues. There's a woman that works with us who's not the most comic experienced person. She's really she works mainly in the warehouse. But she's starting to work in the store a little bit more. And the manager of the store suggested that she read Crisis on Infinite Earths. I go, you're a motherfucker, dude. That's the worst thing you can give to this poor girl. Like, that's messed up. That's like giving somebody who's never read X-Men and go, hey, go read Age of Apocalypse. As awesome as Age of Apocalypse is, it doesn't hit home. You don't get the feels and the experience unless you're a big X-Men fan.
When is the last time the OmniBros did a reading assignment together? We usually do that when we get a review book.
Yeah, we stopped doing. We used to pick books and just read it, but we now do that with the review books that we get instead.
Yeah.
Because what did we do? I know we did Civil War. No, yeah, we did Civil War. We did Disassembled.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think we did Watchmen. Did we do Watchmen and Identity Crisis?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now we just do the review books.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's going to be a bloodbath, this next one.
Oh, because it's Batman Damned, right?
And Heroes in Crisis.
Oh.
I haven't read that. I'm looking forward to reading it, but I'm kind of nervous about it based on what everyone has said.
I want to read it because everybody's shitting on it so bad.
Yeah, me too. Exactly.
Jake in the chat says he doesn't have a PhD in DC yet, but he's an undergrad.
Here's a good question. I'll put this one up for us. What's the one book in your collection that you are most proud of? What book was the most difficult to lay hands on? It might be the same book. Because it was the hardest one for me to acquire, and it's the one I love the most, and that is Naughty and Nice, Good Girl Art of Bruce Timm.
Let me do this. I'll show you guys it.
Okay. What is this book? I mean, is this the proudest one or the most difficult one?
I think the one I'm most proud of, my favorite book in my collection.
Oh, I already know what it is.
I don't think you do.
You don't think I do? It's not Joe Mad?
It's not Joe Mad.
Oh.
Nope. It's this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012 annual IDW limited edition.
Wow. Right. Tell me more.
So, a few years ago, IDW had a dinner with Kevin Eastman. It was $500, and you got to spend the evening with Kevin Eastman at the IDW studios, where Kevin Eastman gave us a tour of his gallery that they had there at the time. And in that gallery was Kevin Eastman's office. So he gave us a tour of his gallery, and then a tour of his office. And then we had dinner and drinks with him. Great night. One of my most favorite nights ever as a comic book collector. This was right before my wife was pregnant at the time. So this is the first time I ever left her alone. And this was like my big victory lap. Like, okay, right before the baby comes, I'm going to go do this final trip, spend $500, hang out with Kevin Eastman. I got a tour, like I said, of his gallery, his office. IDW gave us a tour of their entire offices. It's down there by San Diego Comic-Con.
Okay.
And they have a store. And in that store is where I saw this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles annual. It's a box. It opens up like this. And inside of it is, I don't want to spoil this part. There's a spoiler, so I'm gonna save that for later. Is this giant hardcover? It's not that great of a book. It's a fun story and it's a fun read. You know, it's nothing special, but it's all great Kevin Eastman art, great Kevin Eastman Ninja Turtle stories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what's really cool about it is it also came with this acetate envelope. And in this acetate envelope is, and this is what makes this the coolest thing ever, original art.
Whoa.
From the book.
Whoa, the original book.
But not just that, but it's also his original breakdowns.
Whoa, the separation.
That he does these original kind of like layouts on. This is like legal size paper, like a legal pad of paper. So this is the layouts. This is like the blue pencil kind of breakdown of the art. And this is the best part. This is the best part.
That wasn't the best part?
That's not the best part. Is I can't see. I'm trying to do this so I can't figure out the layout on this computer.
Oh, I know. The mirroring thing.
Yeah, it's really getting to me. So in this big old tome with the hardcover, the acetate, and the original artwork is one of the blue pencils that he used to do the artwork of the book.
Wow.
So see if I can get this on here. It's a certificate of authenticity. This document certifies that the enclosed non-photo blue pencil was one of several used by Kevin Eastman to complete the art for the Ninja Turtles 2012 annual. Coolest thing I have in my collection.
Wow. Yeah, I can't beat that. I didn't even know you had that.
Oh yeah, I love this thing.
I can see why.
And the hardest thing for me to track down, I don't know. I'm still kind of tracking it down. Luckily for me, I've been doing this I've been collecting. I've been in this hobby long enough where I've been able to find most of the whales when they were first coming out, before they even whales. I didn't even know a lot of these things were whales until I started hanging out with you guys online. The first thing that comes to mind is probably the hardest one for me to kind of track down was Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 11. Was it? I think.
Oh, is that one that you got from somebody in the group?
Yeah, I got that from somebody in the group recently. Right now, so that was the hardest one for me to track down because I never saw that in person before. Right now, the only thing I'm really looking for, and I'm not looking hard, like I'm not, trying to pay eBay prices or I'm not stocking it or anything like that, but I do want a Phalanx Covenant omnibus.
Oh.
That's all I need. But yeah, so that Ultimate Spider-Man is the hardest thing that I had to track down.
Let's see. Well, Naughty and Nice. I guess I can grab that in my Usagi Yojimbo #1 that I got yelled at. I'll tell you just a sec. I got yelled at online for showing that.
A lot of people in the chat are saying that that Usagi Yojimbo #1 is their most favorite book. It's probably the hardest one for you guys to track down. T2 Fallen wants us to do another trivia night. That's fun. We need to come up with a way to do that again. All right, Jess, what do you got for us?
Okay, well, it'll take 3 books to equal your 1 book. But it didn't take, it wasn't hard for me to find these. As a matter of fact, it was ridiculously easy for me to get these, which is probably drives some people nuts. But 2015, I was in some dinky little comic store about 20 minutes away from here. I had just joined the Omnibus group, and Bon Idlehouse, friend of everybody's from the Omnibus group, said, if you can, keep a lookout for Space Usagi, which is out of print. And I said, and I had just done my shopping in this store, and I had found a bunch of stuff. And I said, Space Usagi, let me look. And I go, oh, they don't have that, but they do have this. And they have, and it was just in a plastic wrapper. And I said, hey, that looks familiar. Like, for some reason, I think that's an important book. And it was just in a plastic wrapper. This is the only one of them that's not shrink wrapped. And it had a price on it, I don't know, $80 or something. And it was just laying there. And I said to the guys, so I'd like to get this, please. And he goes, oh, that's one of my manager's favorite books. It's been sitting there forever. I'll give you 20% off it. And I go, oh, okay, thank you. And I take it home and I look it up on like eBay and Amazon. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the deal of a lifetime.
Isn't it like a $500 book now?
I think so. It's something insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's something really insane. So my number is, what number am I? 378 of 900 copies.
Wow.
And let's see. Then there's this book is kind of unknown, but it was one I lucked into. I can't even remember. This was back in maybe like 2017, where I saw it in a magazine. I can't even remember. Maybe it was online or something, where it was there was going to be a limited edition 1,000 copies of Grant Morrison's Zenith, and it wasn't coming out till December, and you had to send in your money, which was $100 worth of pounds, which was, I have no idea what the pounds was. I just know it was $100. And you had to send that in, and I don't know, maybe it was the back of Bleeding Cool or something. I can't even remember. And that's this book. This is the full copy of Zenith. It came out in 4 separate books, I think now. But this is one of Grant Morrison's really early books. And now this thing's apparently super whaley because it's the hardcover. It's apparently very sought after.
Nice.
And I just lucked into it. So there's that. And let's see. Then there's Naughty and Nice, the Good Girl artwork of Bruce Timm. This is a huge, oversized hardcover that is impossible to find. Impossible to find. I don't know how I would ever find this. Let's see what I can and can't show you in case Emily's mom's watching.
How did you find that?
Mike Noah sent it to me as a gift.
Wow.
So this is what it's like. Let's see if I can show you. And I know Mike Noah is just the most generous guy. He sent it to me as a gift. Whoops, can't show you that. Here we go with another episode of Whoops, Can't Show You That. But the artwork is just so beautiful. Bruce Timm is so talented. No.
Boobs, more boobs.
Yeah.
Ass.
Let's see. I can show you this. That I can show you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's okay to show you. But this book is just beautifully done. It's super gorgeous, super oversized slipcase, and it was on one of the lower shelves when the flood of 2017 happened. And I came in here, and as the water's filling up the basement, I grabbed it off the lower shelf, along with a couple other things, and managed to save it,
Wow.
which was amazing.
Was that really 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
How long have we been doing this show for?
God
God damn. All right, everybody. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. We've been doing it for like 4 years.
Yeah.
And only have 3,000 subs. It's all good. We got loyal watchers. That's what really matters.
Yeah, we do. Oh, and the story of when I got bitched out about the Usagi Yojimbo was I'm for my channel, I made a the idea was stories with one writer, one character, and we're done. So so that you didn't have a bunch of tie-ins and you didn't have a bunch of spin-offs and stuff. You could just
or creator changes in the middle of a story.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you could just go and read it, and it was finished, and it was done. And I started the video, and I pulled this up, and I said Usagi Yojimbo, and I said, "Oh, I apologize, it's not over with yet. He still has a couple more volumes to go." And I got the frostiest, nastiest comment from somebody. Oh, showing off your collection, huh? He said like your $1,500 copy of Usagi Yojimbo just to show off. What a jerk you are when there's others of us are just can't even afford this and that. And he ripped me for like 15 minutes. And I'm like, I just made a mistake. I just held up the wrong book for a second. I'm sorry.
Well, he wasn't even bitching you out that you made a mistake. He's just bitching you out because he's, I don't know, apparently jealous that you have a book that he wants really bad, and they're impossible to find, and you have it. People are like that. It's strange, but
yeah,
frosted your cookies.
Yeah, he frosted my cookies.
That's odd. That he would complain about that, but yet we have a comment in the chat where somebody goes, well, "You guys should just show off do an episode where you just show off all your cool books."
Yeah, somebody wants to see all our cool books.
That's a good idea. We could probably do that one day.
Yeah,
that'd be good. Only because somebody asked. Like if we would have done that like on our own, it would feel really like braggy and
yeah
and icky. Like I don't like showing off only my cool books.
I agree.
But since somebody asked for it, I think that's a good idea.
That'd be good with Omar too. He's got a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff that probably no one's ever really heard of before or seen before.
Yeah, a lot of cool robots. Jess, what did you lose, and were you able to replace them? I lost a lot of stuff.
I'll be right back.
Quite frankly, sure. I lost an awful lot of stuff. And I got insurance money, but I lost a lot of whalettes. I didn't lose any whales. I lost a lot of trade paperback whalettes that took me a long time to find. Like at the time I lost, now there's a omnibus for it, but back then it was it hurt that I lost the Runaways oversized hardcovers. I lost the New Mutants trade paperbacks, which I still haven't, but I think they're going to be available in Epic format if they haven't, if they're not already. I lost the Peter David books, but those are coming out in omnibus, so that's cool. But I lost thousands of dollars worth of books. And unfortunately, it swallowed up some Silver Age books that I was cataloging on the floor as a project, probably 10 or 20 that were on the floor. So I lost a bunch of those too. So I lost I lost a lot of those. So
how deep did that water get?
Oh, at least 5 inches. 5 or 6 inches.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, it was up to past my ankles. It broke open the door to the basement. Yeah, it was nasty.
Green Laser says he lost his whole comic book collection in Hurricane Katrina.
Oh my gosh. That's awful. Insurance did not give me a hard time, but the problem was they couldn't give me full replacement value on out of print books. I mean, they gave me
Cover price if you're lucky.
If you're lucky, they gave me cover price on books minus the deductible, and so it's not like, you know, if I had lost a whale, it's not like they were going to give me $300 on this omnibus that I lost. They would have given me $100 minus blah blah blah. So yeah, it was a rough time.
Yeah, because that would be considered collectible insurance. That's two different writers.
Yeah, which I do have, and fortunately, collectible covered the other half of that. I do have collectibles insurance, so that covered that. So I've actually
you're indemnified for the most part.
Yeah, but I still lost the stuff, and it's not stuff that I could just go out and replace. Unfortunately, money was one thing; it was finding the books is the other. Yeah, so yeah, I know, but I mean, I recovered. I'm happy. I was, you know,
and it's just material stuff too.
Right. Exactly. That's what we thought about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your home's still safe. You know, not like it damaged the foundation of your home and your home is collapsing or in the sinkhole now, or, you know.
Yeah. And everybody's still alive and healthy and happy. So everything's okay.
How about this? Cinematic Galaxy asked, with the popularity of Hickman's X-Men, do you guys think we'll get a reprint of Uncanny X-Men Volume 3 anytime soon? That's good, because it's a good question.
Good question.
All that Claremont stuff is out of print. All of it. All 3 volumes.
Oh, it is now.
Yeah, I think so. Right? Yeah, I think Volume 1 just went out. That's it. But that's the thing, is with the Claremont X-Men Omnis, they go in and out of print a lot, especially Volume 1, Volume 2. But I've never seen Volume 3 get reprinted. So I don't think it's going to have anything to do with Hickman's X-Men, because then that would, you know, just because there's one good new era of X-Men or one popular storyline does not mean they're going to reprint every single thing to do with X-Men. I think they will reprint volumes 1, 2, and 3 eventually, but that's just because they're good selling books. But volume 3 is, I've always said, it is always the hardest one, I think, to get reprinted, because people would get just volume 1s. You can always sell a volume 1. You could sometimes buy and sell a volume 2, but volume 3s get difficult unless you find somebody who's buying 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, I've actually got to get going now.
Okay.
We've been on 2 hours, so the audience has been great. Viewers, thank you for watching. Thank you to the chat. We really appreciate all your questions. And Gabe, where can they find you?
Everybody, you can find me on Instagram, Gabe Loves 90s Comics, and on the Omnibus Collectors Facebook group. And yeah, every Uncanny X-Men Omnibus is out of print, all 3 right now.
And how about the Omnibus How about the OmniBros Instagram?
That's right. Follow. We just hit 1,000 subscribers on our Instagram, so hit up OmniBros Live on the Instagrams.
And that is strictly due to your hard work on that. Thank you for that. You have done an amazing amount of work getting all those subscribers, so I appreciate that.
I'm taking a little bit of break from it. It's a lot of work to do, but
yeah, it is.
It's still on there.
And we did mention the in-stock trade stock code, but we'll mention it again. It is weekend, Green Laser, weekend.
That's by the end of today.
By the end of today. And you can find me, OmniDog, on YouTube, on OmniDog's Vault, and on Instagram, OmniDogs_Vault. So thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Please comment. And as usual, peace and love. Peace and love.
Good night, everybody. Smoke crack and worship Satan.
Uh-huh.